All right, everybody. So it is likely the week we will finally hear about what the Packers and Aaron Rodgers' decision is to do moving forward. But I want to talk about one thing that Rich Eisen had to say today and sort of give my thoughts on this and what we could see this week and the next couple weeks. But here's what Rich Eisen had to say today about the Aaron Rodgers situation. He said this: the Packers sure hope that Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to come back. They sure hope that when he comes up with his decision, it is, I wish to retire, or I wish to be traded elsewhere. They do not want his response to be, let's run it back. When I say that I heard that over and over and over again, it's just like you have no idea what's going on there. So with the Combine being in Indianapolis, lots of people talk to each other. And there does seem to be this general idea out there for many different people who cover the NFL, who seemingly have, some kind of information regarding the situation. Not on Aaron Rodgers, because we've heard Rodgers himself say that none of his guys, none of his inner circle, as he calls it, talks with the media. And so, but there have been lots and lots of things out there that the Packers are done with Rodgers. They don't want him back. And I think this could very likely be the case. We've heard Brian Gutekunst talk time and time again, and to me, he doesn't sound super committed to Rodgers. It sounds to me like the Packers would be willing to move with Jordan Love this year. And the one comment that really sticks in my mind is when asked about, Jordan Love, Brian Gutekunst did say the next step for him is playing, and he certainly expects that to be in Green Bay. So if not in 2023, 2024, I feel like there's no doubt based on that comment from Brian Gutekunst that Jordan Love will be the starter in Green Bay. And personally, I do think, my opinion, that Brian Gutekunst would rather have Jordan Love in 2023 and sort of move on to him. And but as I've said before, it's really hard to know exactly what's happening. And the truth is, we may never know exactly the discussions going on. But there is so much out there about the Packers hoping that Rodgers doesn't want to return. And that's what Rich Eisen had to say here today on his show, I believe it was, where he said this. And then part of me, too, is wondering, why would they okay, I'm thinking through it right now. So if they don't want him to come back, if they would rather him say that he wants to retire or be traded, if this were true, the question is, why can't they just say, you know what, we don't really care. He's going to say, we'll just trade him. He doesn't have a no-trade clause. They could do that kind of thing. But at the same time, maybe it has to do with the fact that they don't want to sort of run, a Hall of Famer out of Green Bay where he spent his entire career. Maybe they would rather have it be like Rodgers decides, you know what, it's been a nice ride. I'm gone. The Packers are going to be, say, okay, maybe that's their ideal way of sort of resolving the situation, because I understand they may not, if they really do want to stick with Jordan Love, maybe it's easier for them if Rodgers just says, you know what, I'm done. They're like, okay, that's fine. We'll go our separate ways now. But if he does want to come back, who knows what Rodgers would say about them after the fact, because, he's very honest. And so the Packers probably know whatever they tell him, Rodgers will possibly share out there. And maybe they don't want to be seen as the guys who drove Aaron Rodgers out of Green Bay. But the past few months, there have been so many signs pointing to a potential end between the two. And as a diehard Packers fan myself, as you can see here, this is typically where I film my post-game videos. But, we have a while till those games happen again. But as I was saying, as a fan, personally, I'm honestly fine either way. I would never root for Rodgers to leave, even though I think Jordan Love can be great. And honestly, I want to see him play. At the same time, I don't want to see Rodgers leave. I wish that they could both play together, but obviously that's not the case. So I'm sort of more so just being a spectator at this time. And I want Aaron Rodgers to be successful. I want Jordan Love to be successful. But more than anything, I want the Packers to be successful. So I'm mainly just sitting here, seeing what's going on, just as you guys are, reading the different news that flies by, trying to perceive, is this real, is it not? Who knows? But I like to share it just to put it out there because it's always interesting and entertaining, to say the least. But mainly right now, I'm probably like you guys, just sitting back and wondering when the news is going to come out, what day this week, potentially, what's going to happen. And whatever happens, if Rodgers leaves, I'm going to root for him. If he goes somewhere else, I'm going to root for Jordan Love. If Rodgers stays, I'm going to root for Rodgers. I'm going to hope Jordan Love has a great future too. So who knows what's going on? We'll find out hopefully very, very soon. But I just wanted to share that little thing with you guys. And if you have not subscribed, you want to stay up to date with all Packers news, I cover the Packers on this channel. So feel free to subscribe for upcoming videos on the Packers as always. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.